Adrian!
Look out! Cataclysm!
Adrian!
You were about to be akumatized. I didn't have a choice, milady.
Milady? But how did you know? I thought our identities were supposed to remain a secret.
Everything will be okay, I promise.
Get ready with me story time on weird things my bullies would do to me. Growing up, I was always the kid who was bullied, especially by other girls. In middle school, a mutual friend was jealous of my best friend and I's friendship. So she tried to get my best friend to hate me, but in the end, that didn't work well for her. In high school, I was on the dance team, and there was this one girl who hated me so much, she literally took off her freaking tennis shoe and hit me in the head with it. After I graduated, I worked at a restaurant as a hostess. There was this other hostess who was like 25 still working there, and she would constantly talk crap about me to the other coworkers, saying that she hated me. At a retail job that I worked at, a cash lead hated me for absolutely no reason. She would basically make fun of me because I do have a stutter. It's something that I've always struggled with my whole life, and she would purposely embarrass me in front of our coworkers and other customers.
Here's how I got rid of my elementary school bully. Okay, so basically there was this really mean girl in my grade, and not gonna lie, I kind of was awkward and I had a really bad haircut in elementary school. So honestly, I can kind of see why she singled me out. Anyways, this girl and I have the same class. It's the first day of school at a new school. She starts picking on me right off the bat. The first thing this girl does when she noticed me, I was wearing a really flowy, like, nice shirt because it was the first day of school. She goes, "Did you put a skirt over your head?" And for the next year, she pretty much had it out for me with any of my outfits, any kind of weird little thing I did. Like, she was calling it out like that. Anyways, my mom ended up going to get her nails done, and I guess her nail tech ended up being my bully's mom. And so what happened is they started talking about their kids and everything, and they realized that they both had daughters that were the same age and went to the same school. And I guess my bully had a history of being mean to other kids, because I literally had never told my parents about anyone bullying me ever. But my mom came home and she was like, "Hey, like, do you go to school with this girl, and has she ever been mean to you?" And I remember being pretty confused, being like, "Yeah, I know her, but she's low-key mean." And my mom was literally just like, "Oh yeah, her mom was my nail tech today. Apparently she has a history of being mean to other kids, and she wanted me to let her know if she was ever mean to you." And let me just say, I was terrified when I found out my mom was gonna tell her mom, because this was the kind of girl that was gonna get revenge. I thought for sure when this girl got in trouble for bullying me that she was gonna come back, get all of her friends to bully me worse. But I was shocked after I went to school after my mom's next nail appointment, because that girl literally never bullied me again, and we actually ended up becoming friends a couple years after that. But that's everything. Bye guys.
Story time about how my best friend betrayed me, became friends with my bullies, and then they all wanted to fight me. Like, that literally sounds like some crazy movie plot, but no guys, this is just my life. So this all takes place in middle school, which was literally the worst years of my life, because there was this group of girls who hated me for literally no reason. Every day I would come into school and they would always find some way to try to bring me down. And you guys, this literally went on for years. They said never back down, never what? They were never giving up. So while I was in school, I met this girl, and we're gonna call her Joe, okay? Me and Joe became very close friends. I'm talking, we would go over to each other's houses all the time, which is a big deal because my mom did not let me go over to people's houses. So, you know, that means we were tight, like we were close. Like, I literally remember going over to her house and singing, "First, let me hop off that porch, I don't want to hit that." And so I remember telling Joe about this one incident that happened between me and one of the girls, and I just remember saying like, "Oh yeah, she's like so rude to me." So tell me why the next day at school, those group of girls literally come up to me and they're like, "Oh, so you're talking about me? Keep my name out your mouth." And I was literally just there like, I did not even talk about you, like what is going on?
Was it just me, or did people in high school have no chill and were so mean for no reason? One time in grade 8, this girl who I'd never met comes up to me in the hallway and tells me I need to chill with my blush because it's way too much. Like, why were we giving unsolicited makeup advice at 8 in the morning? This next one actually deserves jail time. My one high school had like a staircase that was made of grates, so you could see anyone below it and then anyone below could see above. And boys would stand beneath the staircase to watch girls like walk up and like look up their skirts. That one's not even funny. That's like actually a crime. Okay, you expect like the girls to be the meanest, but like guys were my ops too. There was this one guy who started this rumor that I was like obsessed with him. For the record, I was not obsessed with him, but he would tell anyone who listens like, "Yeah, that Gemma girl, she's like obsessed with me. She keeps requesting to follow me on Instagram, but like I just keep denying her because she's so weird." And the worst thing is like, I did not request to follow this man. He followed me. and I didn't follow him back because I didn't know him.
So I was the target of an all-girl bullying ring for 6 years. And for those who have never experienced severe bullying to this level, here are just some examples of the truly evil things these girls would do to me and others. Number 1, these girls would add me to a giant group chats with dozens of our classmates, spam the chats, shit-talking me by name, and then delete me as if nothing happened. I was constantly anxious because they would do this on random days at random times, knowing none of our classmates would say anything. Number 2, they would chronically stalk my Tumblr and Twitter posts daily. And within an hour of me posting them, make their own post mocking / parodying mine. To make it worse, all these posts were public for our classmates to see, and other girls wanting to be in with the bullies would join in on the mocking daily. Number 3, aka one of the most horrible things the bullies would do, happened after they turned everyone at school against me. I started hiding in places like the bathroom during lunch, and they'd hunt me down and wait for me to come out of the stalls just so they could scream ew at me over and over. They'd also tweet my hiding spot so the whole bully girl gang could develop a map and tweet things like, come out, we know where you are, come out, stop hiding. Unfortunately, there are so many other examples and lore, so let me know if you want a. Here are more examples of the truly evil things mean girls are capable of. The bullies would poison my best friends and boyfriends against me, claiming I was talking to their boyfriends or cheating. Sadly, it worked too well. My best friend of 8+ years became their best friend, and my boyfriend broke up with me to date one of them. Along with infiltrating the people closest to me, they would spread nasty, explicit rumors throughout all my extracurriculars. Classmates I barely knew were always asking me if I did certain acts with certain people. I didn't. The bullies even went as far as infiltrating my family by deliberately feeding false information to my 14-year-old sister. They knew she would go home, tell my parents about all my explicit activities, and it would ruin my home life, which it did. If you have your own stories dealing with mean girls or bullies, comment them below. You are not alone.
Get ready with me, worst bully story time. Okay, so starting off, I'm not gonna name drop because that's just wrong, but we'll call her Dell. So me and Dell started off as like really good friends back in, oh my gosh. As I was saying, we started off like as like really good friends back in 3rd grade, and we continued to be very good friends all the way up until 6th grade. 6th grade is when all of it pretty much changed. So it basically started off as me and her just were best friends, we were like always together, like we were besties. And basically in 6th grade, I decided that I wanted to go homeschooled. So I went homeschooled, and we were still okay friends. Like we just didn't talk as much as we used to because we had each other's number, but it just like wasn't the same. But she would tell me everything that was going on in the school. And a little bit of backstory, I had this like big friend group that I was in. It wasn't popular. We would just kind of hang out as like really good friends, laugh, talk, you know, stuff like that. But as soon as I left the school, I figured out that all of them did not like me, except for Dell. That all changed when one of my other bullies started talking to Dell. Obviously, I didn't really say anything because I didn't want to lose my best friend. Because that was really the only person I talked to after like school and stuff. But it's fine because I didn't really talk to her. I just talked to Dell, and I didn't really interact with her like too much, like as much as I would like if she was my friend. But then it started getting like super bad. I'm pretty sure like they go on call and just talk bad about me behind my back. But there was another girl on the call, not a bully, but we'll call her L. So Elle was basically like the nice one of the group, but Elle, I figured out that Dell and the other girl were like talking bad about me behind my back because she was on call when they were talking bad about me behind my back. But it was crazy because apparently when I was on call, they would also talk bad about me, but they made up like a code name so I wouldn't know. And they would pretend it was like a YouTuber. So eventually I caught on, and it was so funny because my codename was Winter. Like, girl, what? So eventually I told my mom, and she listened while I was also on call with them. I'm running out of time, so go to part 2.
Oh my god, bro, I have never wanted to bitch slap a kid so much in my whole entire life. Okay, story time. So I just picked up my sister from school, and today she told me that she is getting bullied. Okay, today I found out that her bully is a boy. It started small. He just used to take her things, call her names. Initially, I thought, yo, does someone just have a crush on my little sister? I don't blame him. The genes are really that good in this family, bro. But no, started getting physical. He actually actually hit my little sister and stomped on her feet. Obviously, she came home from school in pain. You're a boy. Go pick on someone your own size, bro. See, my mom was angry too. So we went to the school and told the teacher. The teacher then asked the kid if he hit my little sister. And he denied it. At that point, it took everything in me not to pyak the kid. Why you have to lie, bro? You are such a freaking loser. Little boy, if you are watching this, I hope you always step on a Lego wherever you go. Thank you for listening to my rant, bestie. Even though you had no choice. Okay, I love you always. Bye!
So I'm just gonna talk about random people that I still have beef with after all these years. First is that one girl in 2nd grade that threw a stick at my face. She threw a sharp stick at my face, hit me in the head like this, like stayed there because it like stabbed me in the forehead, and then it fell off slowly, and then it fell off slowly, and then she went and then it left like a little scab right here for like how many weeks, and then, yeah, so count your days. God, I still hate you. Okay, yeah, I still hate you, bro. Anyway, yeah, I don't know why why did you do that? I should have like reported you, like you should have been suspended for that. Lead up to that story, we were like playing together at recess, and she was like, here, Rita, this is for you. And then just like that, and like stabbed me, and then like fell, and then she went and then her little like minion cousin was just sitting there. But yeah.